Where in the world did this evil twin regional top come from? Because I don't think anybody was expecting this. I'll make 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can climb up to 106,000. We have the TCG Collectors Churchtown, New Zealand breakdown for you guys today. And this pretty much paints the same picture that we've seen here, but with a little bit more rogue than usual. If you guys saw yesterday's regional breakdown, you kind of got the chance to see some other interesting stuff brewing within the format. But of course, as per usual, we had two Despia and Top Cut. That continues to not shock me at all. Despia is, I still would consider, the forefront of the metagame here in terms of power scaling, consistency. It's got it all. We also had Prank Kids, which ended up winning the event here. You know, I gotta give a shout out to the wonderful power of the adventure package. Once again, toppling the many foes that they could have. Yeah, no real surprise there. We had Earthbox or Machina Infinitrack Shenanigans also making it into Top Cut. Been a little while since we've seen that deck succeeding, right? What was it, a YCS back? Yeah. We had one Eldritch deck, which actually ended up being the Cyverse Eldritch pile. Yeah, honestly, that deck's power scaling is also pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. We had one Fluanderies taking to the sky for this Top Cut. One Drytron. I honestly think the Drytron continues to be an interesting wild card for the format. I don't know how many people actually are still prepared for Drytron or know what happens, but the fact that so many players are unprepared for this deck in the Rogue category, it's kind of scary, actually. Like, I think this deck might be borderlining up into 1.5, at least on the higher end scaling of Tier 1. And then, like I said, out of nowhere, we had an Evil Twin deck scraping in to top 8. I gotta give it to you, ladies and gentlemen. If you can get in this far with a deck that has been really seeing no play whatsoever, it's absolutely amazing. Let's pass on over to deck list, shall we? Winning this regional was none other than Andrew D playing Prank Kids. I see we're on a 2-2-2 split across the board for all of the pranks. Triple Ghost Bill, triple Ash is fine. Double Fusion Destiny, including the DP package in the deck, is fine. One interesting thing here, I think, is the fact that we are playing a singular copy of Mystic Mine in the deck to gridlock grind the opponent. I also see that we are playing a mini Shaddoll package in the deck, which actually gives us access to a Noitalis. Crossout Detonators present in the side deck is also interesting. I don't know, I think the entire side deck premise for this build is a little bit further out there than I really expected to see. So I think in terms of general adaptability, these are some pretty interesting ideas that you might want to find yourself giving a shot here, especially like as we go forward here further down the pipeline for developments of the format. Not too bad, actually, here. Next up is our Earth Machina list getting second place. Now, I just want to say, one skill drain, that's some interesting homebrew right there. Of course, the one Ancient Gearbox. I hate that card so much. Such a brick. Triple Droplets, double Urgent Schedule, double Field Spell, actually. Okay, triple Gear Frame. No Metal Cruncher anymore. Poor guy pretty much just got cut from everything. Double Rivalry in this build also is going to be our generic access hand trap. I also see that we are citing the third Urgent Schedule in case we need to have access to it. I don't think that's a bad idea, actually. We also see Talents down here in the side deck. Talents has been gaining a little bit more love as of late. Personally, I think Talents is a busted card, especially some of the interactions and things. I think the Monster Steel effect is probably by far the greatest value that that card has going for it here. So push on into top 4 here. Cyverse Eldritch. Oh boy. So do keep in mind that we are not playing Yield Signet Mining. We are doing the 3 Firewall, the 3 Cyverse Gadget, and of course the 3 Dot Scraper. So all of those will be able to start full basic Scythe combo for you. Remember, you still want to kind of dodge playing Signet Mining because you'll get harmed if there's a Droll and Lockbird anywhere near your vicinity. We are playing the Magician Soul package as a 2-2 with the 1 prep, actually. Full Brave package is extended in here as well. full Eldritch package with double Golden Lord. I do know a lot of these builds are trying to cut back on playing too many Golden Lords. I also see here that we have triple frickin' Night Beam in the side deck. Also one Moonlit Chill down there as an additional hand trap. Outside of that, I don't really see anything else too crazy. I honestly think Cyber's Eldritch has been pretty much figured out. You just kind of pick your ratios and things that you want to do with at this point. Next up here is our Fuwanda release list. Now, we are playing the card that's banned in remote duels. What is it, Jack in the Hand, that gives you the ability to mess around the opponent's or to give your opponent a level 1. I also see that we are playing Dark Simorgh in the main deck. What in the world is going on with that? That's very interesting. There's a Monarch Storm 4th in the side deck. So whatever threat your opponent might put up, you'll be able to just tribute away. There's a big old question mark there. Because, well, technically, if you deploy the Monarch Storm 4th during your opponent's turn, you technically tribute their stuff when you're coming down off the Rabina and stuff, right? That's how that works, because you get the additional tribute summon, so you can just Mega Rise, do your thing. I don't know if that's how that works. I think that's how that works. Bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Player takes for 500. Also, the Gold Sark in here is kind of interesting. Also, shout out to the triple extra of triple duality. No prosperity needed. Top 8. We hit our first Despia list. So this is going to be 44 cards. I see that we are playing the Adventure package in here with the Fright for Patchworks. And wow, we managed to get in Crossout Designators in here as well. I do see that we are on double Awoober. That's fine. 1 DD Crow. Well, I guess technically cutting back on the imperms does give us access to play the DD Crow, so we can have it as a cross-out target. 44 cards, I think, is fine. I don't see anything in the extra deck that screeches too crazily to me. The double Zombie World in the side deck is kind of interesting. You've only got well, technically you can shuffle back a Necroworld Banshee off of one of your fusion summons. I don't know, that's actually kind of interesting. I wonder how many times that extra Zombie World actually came up with only having one Necroworld Banshee involvement. I don't know. Next up here is another Despia list. Oh boy, this one's playing triple Uber, triple McCreer. Oh my Lantau, bro, we went to town on this list. This duelist said, nah, I want to see McCurrier at all points in the game. All right. We are also doing, so triple Allure Darkness is what's going to be our involvement here. I believe this is pretty similar to what Pac was doing for early shenanigans. Double Masquerade is fine because we have the branded package, the combo extended out. I think that's the thing that makes this build like so scary, is the fact that like double Masquerade is your go-to. I also see that we have Ashes present in the side deck with droplets for board breaking, along with crossouts. And then there's that double Necroworld Banshee, or excuse me, the one Necroworld Banshee with the 2 Zombie Worlds again. Okay, maybe I missed something. Maybe that's becoming more standardized at this point in time, but that's definitely something to take note of. Double Zombie World in the side decks. All right. Next up here is our Drytron list. Triple Tack Talents, baby. Honestly, Talents is going to be one of the reasons why this deck gets the chance to recover. Did we really just cut Celestial from the build? We're not playing Celestial. We're just playing double Plasma. Huh. Well, I mean, if you, I guess double Plasma is more useful than a potential draw 2 later on in the game, especially like if you're planning on to set up and, you know, maintain some sort of like fairies floating to your hand. I guess to some capacity, like we're not even playing the Herald in here. Like there's no point. We're just doing Edith 10 Draconius stuff in here. But that is interesting. This build has gone like so far down the rabbit hole in terms of differentness that I'm actually genuinely impressed by this. There is, you know what? I'll say it. I think that this is actually pretty interesting. I will actually wonder in terms of consistency how good this is. And last but not least here, we have, ladies and gentlemen, an Evil Twin list for you guys, as per promise. This was the last top 8 list that we had here. I see some very interesting things about this list. First of all, that Xcode or Code Talker down there next to the Cybers, or to the Phoenix, is an interesting little inclusion. I see that we're on just one blue with one red for the holidays. Hand traps are just cross-out targets, which is interesting. Double tack talents built into the main deck so we can handle the metagame. That is also fine. Outside of that, I don't see anything else too crazy, besides like those little key things that definitely probably made this deck's journey to top cut all the easier. 41 cards, by the way, and it all worked out. Well, that is your breakdown for the New Zealand TCG Collectors Regional. What do you guys think? Please, if you comment about Twitch, make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.